I wonder
That's
if I
cool.
could do it, kick the field goal.
I think you could.
I think
really
I could.
I feel like you
I
could.
do.
Like you run a lot, you have strong legs. I do feel like, and you're very exact. You're a very exact person. I feel like you could do it.
I could, but don't ask me to throw. I mean, I cannot throw.
I don't know if Nancy could kick the ball as well as Kathy.
Oh, why not?
But I think you could throw it in like the hoop thing, the holes on the wall, like that. I think you
don't
could
ask me to do that. I would not get it in.
But you think I have weak legs? I couldn't kick it? Is
No,
that what
I
you're
don't
trying
think
to
you
tell
have
me?
weak legs. But Kathy's so like exact about stuff. She would like do a geometry problem in her head and she would figure it out. And Nancy would be like, okay, I'll give it a try. And then you would like fall or something. Peanut sort of situation.
Welcome to Three Little Fishes. We're three sisters who grew up in the Midwest together, but have since spread across the country. I live in Los Angeles.
I'm in Nashville.
And I live in Philadelphia. We are all married with children, have all had careers, but now we stay at home with our families.
Join us as we share secrets and stories about being women, wives, and mothers.
We welcome you to laugh along, learn something new, reach out, and join our conversation.
So let's jump in.
What's up, fishes?
What's up, fishes?
What's up? Good to see you girls.
Nice
What's going
to see
on?
you.
I sadly want to circle back with my lice issue, and I want to throw out to you and our listeners about a new development, and I'm really struggling with it. So I wanted to get some feedback about what you guys think. So you all know that Johanna got lice. I got lice. We got it handled. But I found out from one of Johanna's friends, like initially when this mom found out that her daughter had lice, that we were on our way to an event that was early in the day. And the mom confessed that that's when she found out, when we were all in a car together going to this event for the day, that's when she knew her daughter had lice, because she saw it on her in the car, but she didn't say anything. And that was like at like 12:30 in the afternoon. And then she didn't tell us until after the event, after we'd all been in the car together.
And she didn't say anything.
And she didn't say anything. And she didn't tell me until like 9:00 at night.
She is not your people.
So I'm really struggling with, not that this child had lice and that my child got lice. That happens. It's gross. Nobody likes it.
It is what it is.
Well, it is what it is. So that's not my issue. My issue is that she chose to sit on that
and
information
not say anything.
And not say anything. And if I'm curious, if you were that parent and that was your situation and you knew your child, you actively saw bugs in your child's hair, what would you have done?
I would not have gone.
I would have stopped the car and said, everybody out. I would have said something right away. I mean,
I would have too. Only because it's not catastrophic, but it's yucky. It's not fun. It can get expensive, and it's not nice. Like, why would you purposefully spread lice if you have a child that has lice? I think for me, the bigger issue is that parent is not my friend anymore or an acquaintance. Like, I want nothing to do with you. If you cannot be honorable and let me know what's going on as you're coming into my personal space, I don't want to spend time with you. Like,
well, she was being selfish. You're
not an honorable person.
Wanting to
I want
not
nothing
have
to do with you.
Them miss the outing, right? So she didn't want to say anything because other people would have been like, "Oh, well, I'm going to not be around you."
And I think she was also worried about. If they were going to be judged or get feelings hurt, but you have to trust the people that you're with that we're going to be kind. I'm not a mean person.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can be discreet about it for sure. 100% to make it not this huge deal and make it as painless as possible for everybody involved. But I will tell you, it's really rattled me. And I don't want this friendship to move forward. I can't trust her. If you're not going to tell me something that might be embarrassing for you, that was her words, not mine, then what else are you not going to tell me?
Right. I mean, like there's more serious things, right?
Right. I mean, I think, for me, when you invite people into your space or you are, adjunct for whatever reason, if something is going on, like what if they had a fever the night before or they have a head cold and you're doing volunteer work or you're coming to my house and then the next day after you're at my house, I'm seeing my elderly friend or I'm doing something. Like you have to give me the information so I can make an informed decision about myself too. You don't get to decide for everybody that comes in contact with you. So I feel like that's, it's not cool.
I would be interested to hear from our listeners. How would you feel? I feel really disappointed and my feelings are hurt and upset. And that's really colored my feelings about these people moving forward. And I hate that. But also I hate that you don't care about me enough to see past your own nose.
Right. Yeah.
And my daughter. Okay, you guys, I promise I'm not going to talk about lice anymore. I'm done.
Woohoo!
Okay, let's move on.
I did wear my lice hairdo for you.
You and Johanna are matching in buns.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to mention we are in the World Series and the Dodgers are playing the Blue Jays, and they had game 3 last night playing here in Los Angeles, and it went into the 18th inning.
Wow.
It was bananas, and the Dodgers pulled it out, I think, 6-5. It was insane. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how the series continues to unfold.
Yeah, I'm impressed you stayed up and watched it.
It was, I know, it was like insane. I couldn't stop. But the craziest part is our mother was texting me at like the 18th inning being like, I don't think I can stay awake anymore. It was like 2:00 in the morning where
that is so funny because they could never stay up past like 9. I mean, sometimes.
I know she was like the rest of us. I can't stop watching. And she's a huge Dodgers fan.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, that's cool though.
The other thing I wanted to just mention quickly, I don't know if we can mention it quickly, but Nobody Wants This just dropped its 2nd season on Netflix. And I know we're all fans. We loved the first season.
Yep.
And I'm curious, did you guys watch? And what did you think of the 2nd season?
I feel like this season for me, it kind of has been just okay, blah, like it's dragging on. But like Esther is having a breakdown and I don't really understand her. I'm like, you have a really nice husband and you're struggling with, I think he wants her, he wants her to have another baby. And I mean, that's okay that she doesn't want to, but she's just having like a crisis and I don't really understand
So maybe
her.
but maybe I want you to keep talking, but I just want to I don't mean to interrupt, but just so people if you haven't watched Nobody Wants This, we will be talking about spoilers.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to if you want to be surprised, fast forward to this part.
So I think their relationship, I'm struggling to understand her. And then Noah and Joanne, I think Noah I just like listening to him talk because he has a calming voice,
Yeah.
I just enjoy him. And I don't love her as much, like her character.
I mean, Kelly, I hear you. I feel the same way. Like I ended up watching it this weekend. I was out of town and I got through the whole thing, but a few times I was like, I just want to fast forward. I just thought it was boring. And I was very annoyed with the Joanne character. I thought she was very shallow and self-centered, even more than the first season.
Yeah.
I mean, Joanne was just constantly thinking about, I need some sort of epiphany and some sort of lightning bolt to hit me. So I decide if I want to be I want all the perks of being with this man that I supposedly love, but I'm unwilling to open myself up to something that's very important to him. She did no research. She didn't go to synagogue. She didn't spend any time getting to know people that are Jewish to decide if that's something for her. She was waiting for some lightning bolt to hit her. I just found her to be very egotistical and I didn't find her enjoyable to watch. And it wasn't funny to me this time. Like the first season was sort of funny at times. The sister banter was sort of funny, but then the sister was off the rails and marrying her therapist. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I think what it showed about Morgan was, I think, a little surprise, and the fact that I think we thought that she was a strong character, that that she was on a solid path personally, and she knew who she was. But then you brought in this therapist, and he was manipulated her, and she kind of didn't have her voice that she normally had, and then it showed separation between her and Joanne. So I think it was a little sad to watch that. And she kind of figured it out kind of towards the end. But that's what an unhealthy relationship does too, right? It separates you from your family and kind of keeps you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super invested in it anymore. I loved the first season. I thought it was quirky and fun and interesting. Yeah. But this season I was like, it's just a drag. And I'm kind of sick of the whole, like, be Jewish, don't be Jewish. The whole, like, it was so unnecessarily dramatic on every single level that I found it annoying. I don't know if I'm going to keep watching it.
I thought Esther, I differed from you guys. I actually think she was the only real one this season. And I thought she did evolve. Like, you might not have liked how she evolved, but she's finding her voice. She said in the season, you know, we got married really young. We got married because I got pregnant, which I don't think we knew that before. You know, she went from being this young adult to marrying into this family that has a big personalities. The mother-in-law is very involved in their lives. The brother-in-law is
they have one child who is already 13. Like, yeah, how hard is life? I don't know what to say to that. Like, I mean, don't agree. Like, get on board.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think what she's saying is that she's kind of having a midlife crisis, and she's lost herself in this shuffle. And I think when you sometimes give all of yourself to your family, is what she's trying to say. She doesn't know where her footing is. And as you say, her daughter's 13. Maybe she was the buffer, and now she's like really paying attention to what hasn't worked. But you're right. I wish that they would go to therapy. I wish that there would have been more talking to Sasha about how she's feeling. Like, I realize I'm doing this deep dive on these fictional characters, but yeah, I think she should have a little bit more grace.
I feel like she has a nice life, and maybe she is having a moment, and she's having a midlife epiphany herself. Like, where am I going? But I think she needs to also realize, like, she's not going to like start dating a 20-year-old, or like her life's not going to be.
Maybe she will. Who knows?
I doubt it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, and
I think the grass is not always greener. I think.
For sure. It will be interesting to see where it goes. But I think that she was trying to be, I thought she was the most authentic and saying, I'm not happy. And these are the reasons I'm not happy, and I have to figure it out. And
I think she was way more out of her than I did. Yeah. I was so annoyed with her, like constant whining about her life. I was like, whatever.
And honestly, I think she was trying to be a good friend of Joanne and say, listen, this is what you want. And I don't really like how she said you're Jewish in these ways because of these silly mannerisms, like you like to talk. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
But I think she was like she was trying to be supportive, and I don't know. So check it out, or give us some feedback about what you think. Did you all watch this season? Do you agree with what the fishes are saying? We're a little divided about some of the motives of the characters.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, you guys, please, I want to continue to remind everybody to rate, review, and please send us comments and invite your favorite fishes to jump in and join our conversation. Today, we're going to be talking about college sports and what's for dinner. So let's jump in.
So over the weekend, I got to go to my first SEC football game. I was up at Kentucky. Our youngest goes to Kentucky, and they played the University of Tennessee. And I've done a lot of tailgates. Like, we were all Big Ten girls. We always attended tailgates and stuff like that. And then in high school, we always did it for hockey and travels, but like on a small scale. So my husband and I set up our car at this lot, and we got an end spot. So we were right next to grass, and we kind of got situated. And then we went back to our hotel, and then we came back and finished setting up. And as we were walking through everything, there is a whole lot for like RVs, and there were like these huge RVs. I saw so many RVs with like walls, carpeting, full kitchens, televisions, televisions hanging outside.
Yes.
All these porta potties, all these giant smokers and grills and pop-up tents, and just like, I mean, honestly, I just don't remember that from our college days. And
we didn't have that.
That didn't exist. And like people are bringing their own porta potties. I don't understand.
Porta potties, yes. I think some people brought porta potties. I think the school supplied some in different places. So it was quite a scene, and it was super fun. We brought a tablecloth. I did take a tip from Babs, everyone's grandmother. I had this like 3-drawer plastic thing that the kids didn't use in school this year. And I made like a little tailgating kit that I've kept in my garage full of like, garbage bags, paper towels, handy wipes, plates, napkins, stuff like that you use week after week. And then, the clips for the tablecloths. We had like 3 or 4 blankets with us because it was kind of cold and rainy. Your folding chairs. I didn't bring our Easy Up. I maybe would next time. So ours was so small. We didn't grill. We got sandwiches and crudité and stuff like that. But I mean, and I did bring my Yeti cooler, and we filled it with ice and drinks before we left home. And we're like 4 hours away, and we went up on Thursday, and the game was on Saturday. Everything was still cold. So yay, Yeti.
The Yeti kept your ice for 2 days?
It did.
That's cool.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, some of it melted, but everything was really cold. I was shocked and pleasantly surprised. So I will say people kind of dress up a little bit more in the South than they do. So like the University of Tennessee, girls wear sundresses. The boys wear like collared shirts. Like everyone dresses for it. But I don't think anyone, and Alabama, same thing. Clemson, same thing. I know I have some friends who went to Ole Miss, and there is this area, it's like called the Grove, and it's like a park, and it's very sophisticated, high-end tailgating. I'm using bunny ears. People bring food, tents, everyone dresses up. Everyone like wears like really nice sundresses and khaki pants. And I mean, it's something special. So, I mean,
suits and ties to go to like a football game.
So a lot of the fraternity boys in particular, and Greek is very, very big in the South. I had boys with me, and they wore khaki pants, but sweatshirts. So it's sort of like a mix between North and South. I mean, people they look nice. There's nothing like schlocky about it.
I'm not sure I would fit in. I'd be with my ripped jeans and like my sweatshirt.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't. You just wouldn't. Especially the kids. Like they all like look really cute.
Like I think at TCU they do dress up a little bit more too, but it has more of a Texas flair. Like
the boots and
these cute. The girls are wearing the cute dresses. With their boots, on.
And like bows in the hair is a big thing for the girls. Yeah. They have like little like temporary tattoos on their cute faces. Yeah. The matching, strap for the clear bag. I mean, it's, everybody looks cute.
I think that there's another school that does something completely different than we're used to. The University of Washington, they do tailgating on their boats. And then
I love that.
Do it all up there and then come dock them and then go to the game, which would
sounds fun.
I think that would be very cool.
That sounds like more of my jam, being on the boat.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, that would be so fun.
I might not make it to the game. I might not.
I know. Honestly, I'm happier.
People fall into the lake on route to shore after they've had like a couple of, what do you call that? Shooter things when you do the beer and you poke the hole and you open it. I don't know what shotgunning their beer.
Linda, have you ever shotgun a beer?
I haven't, but I did watch boys do it over the weekend, and I was like, I mean, I would like.
Did your tailgate have that at your tailgate? You guys shotgun?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, Linda. So, I got to go to a tailgate a few weeks ago at Michigan State, and I had the same experience. Like, I mean, they do it big there.
Big.
With like the televisions. They've got this big rectangular bar set up. We went to our friend's tailgate, which was lovely. They had like those circular tables that fold so you can sit down and put your drinks in them, which I think is nice. They had like another table that folded out just so you can put, chips and your whole spread so people are, you have like a little line that you can go through. But it's big business. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's so fun.
So fun.
Well, it is fun, but don't you think that it's really changed? Like it is college sports, particularly football, is big business now. Like,
I mean, I think it's always been big business, but now it does. I mean, the tailgating thing is, I mean, I just think people something.
You're either into it or you're not, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people like played bags. They had threw the football. There was all kinds of big flags. I mean, we'll put some links of some of the products that we used and ideas that we have in our show notes. And if people don't realize, if you hit subscribe, it does not cost you anything, but it does give you access to all the things. And you'll get like a little email that's like, okay, the pod's about this week. It dropped. Here's some information for you. It costs you nothing. And you just get our tips and tricks or whatever. So it does, it is sort of worth it if you think you want to find like the clear bag. Like all these stadiums now, you have to have clear bags to go into them. And I have one that has Go Cats, KU on it. And it's, it makes getting in easier because
well, a lot of the stadiums you have clear bags.
Yeah. So tailgating has been very fun, for us growing up. And now that my sons are in college, I've been really enjoying that. I said, I also enjoy the ESPN game day that we watch on TV. And this year, Lee Corso retired and Game Day did like a whole special on him.
So sweet.
Yeah, it made me cry.
Sweet, yeah.
Like I was like,
sweet.
Holy cow, this guy was loved by everybody.
Yeah.
He's just super fun to watch. I always love him when he put the mascot. I loved it when he put the mascot on. I just thought that's so fun. But, they have the kids kicking the field goals. Have you guys? We've talked about that a little bit, how fun that is. So I wonder if I could do it, kick the field goal.
I think you could. I really do feel like you could. Like you run a lot, you have strong legs. I do feel like and you're very exact. You're a very exact person. I feel like you could do it.
I could, but don't ask me to throw. I mean, I cannot throw, but I think I could.
I'll hold the ball for you.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know if Nancy could kick the ball as well as Kathy.
Oh, why not?
But I think you could throw it in like the hoop thing, the holes on the wall, like that. I think
don't ask me to do that. I would not get it in.
But you think I have weak legs? I couldn't kick it? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Weak legs. But Kathy's so like exact about stuff. She would like do a geometry problem in her head and she would figure it out. And Nancy would be like, "Okay, I'll give it a try," and then you would like fall or something. Peanut sort of situation.
I almost want to like set this up in real life. Like, where can we all meet up and get to like a football field? Riley also feels like he should show up on game day and that he would be able to kick it through. No
He's
problem.
a soccer player for sure.
Of course he would.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He's like, Mom, bet that. I'm like, I got you.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, I mean, it does make you think about like, I had the boys with me and they were all talking about parlays and placing online bets about not only that game, but other games, and they were all kind of talking about like, and I was like, wait, time out. Where is this money coming from? But it's like, Mom, it's only like $5 or $2 or whatever. And then you can make X amount of money. And one of the kids was like, yeah, Miss Schultz, I'm up like $50 for the weekend for different things.
For
And I was
doing
like,
the football betting?
football and basketball just started. So, I mean, and we went to a horse track.
These parlays, so I think these parlays are big business, and I don't totally remember the science of it. I'm not prepared to talk about the parlays, but like they're set up, like betting has always been rigged towards like Vegas, like the house always wins, right? But the parlays of how they're done now, it's even more set up for the house and not for not for the kids or the people placing the bets. And I think that like since 2023, 94% of all bets are placed online.
Yeah.
Which I think is super dangerous.
Wow, that's a high percentage.
And then in 2023, $121.1 billion is what people have been waging on bets.
Gosh,
so think about that. That is a ton of money, and that was an increase from 4.9 billion in just 2017. So from 2017 to 2023, it's gone up to $121.1 billion online.
Wow.
And addiction, which we don't know enough about.
Yeah, I mean,
right? We don't know enough about it. Like that's just coming into light of like how much damage it's actually doing, especially to the youth, to their young brains, because they have easy access to it. They see it on TV a lot. It's being branded as normal. Like just to name a couple things, I don't know. Like 94% of it's online.
And the college thing. Not only are they betting, but like a lot of these college athletes are selling their likeness and their name, and then they're getting money from that. So it's like this whole thing has morphed into this huge money making.
Well, the NIL money is definitely changing things. And one of the big things that happened was like in 2021, the rules changed that allowed the students to actually get money for their name, image, and likeness, which is what NIL stands for. Right. And it caused a lot of problems because the people that came before them, the athletes, got upset. So there was a whole lawsuit that was just settled. And I think it was like a $2.8 billion settlement to these kids before. But now, NIL money, there are rules with it, but like every state has different rules. The colleges all have different rules.
Yeah.
And then this summer, even, there was another rule that went into effect that the schools can now pay the kids directly. They don't have to go through like a middleman. So that has changed things because now their rosters are capped, which before they weren't. So you could have like a lot of walk-ons, things like that. So now the rosters are capped. So there's fewer spots for the kids. They don't have any more restrictions on scholarships, which I actually think is a good thing. But it's a lot of money now that a school gets per year. I think it's $20.5 million, but they have to divvy it up now among like the sports, like football, basketball, lacrosse, like whatever it is. And I think it's just very complex.
Yeah. I mean, I thought back in the day, like there was all this thing about kind of the Olympics too. It's like you're an amateur, so you don't make money on your sport. But that's not the case anymore. Like some of these kids will get out of college with $10 million in their pocket. Like, now
it's
what?
not only
you go to
the
work?
school. Yeah, it's not only the school can pay you money, but they also get third party
endorsements.
These kids are making a lot of money. That Bryce Underwood that plays for the University of Michigan, he's getting like $3 million a year and has like a $12.5 million contract. I mean, It's just crazy
just to play
money.
for Michigan?
Yeah.
Or is that also like, is he endorsing like Nike or something?
Yeah. Shador Sanders, I think, got a $4.7 million deal with Nike. The top 20 kids are getting at least $1 million. So
That's
it's
amazing.
not pocket change.
Right.
It's like money that can
It's
change their life.
Money. Yeah, that's life-changing money for sure. Yeah.
I think that some of these players, if you're the top 100th like athlete, of course you're making money. But what happens to people below are making a lot less money
or no money, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think probably any athlete is making some money, but it's certainly not if you're not the star. You went to college and maybe hope to get a scholarship and that you were getting a good education. Well, now if you're making all this money, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay in school? Are you going to drop out? Are you going professional? Because you really still are an amateur.
And I may be naive, but the point of going away to college is find your people, get an education, get a job. Now, if your job is going to be being a professional athlete, that's fine. But you can't be a professional athlete for 40 years. So you also need some sort of well-roundedness about your world. And that's why you're going off to school, is to get an education and become well-rounded. So I feel like we're maybe going down a slippery slope. But
it's like 2%, right, of these kids are going to play professional, right?
I don't know.
So it's like it's not even that high.
I mean, it is kind of cool for those kids that are making a ton of money, because if you can come out and kind of hold on to that money, I mean, that could set you up for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Pretty interesting. All right, you guys. So let's move on to what's for dinner.
We have some cousins that live in southern Indiana, and I saw one of our cousins' posts, and she was like so excited about this time of year. She and her daughter make homemade noodles, and they spread them out and dry them, and they do these big, huge turkey dinners at church. And so I asked her for the recipe, and it seemed kind of simple. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. So we'll put the recipe at the end of our pod in the show notes. So subscribe so you can get that. But I didn't get a chance to do it because I was out of town all weekend, but you girls did it, right?
Yeah. So this is very basic recipe. It's just flour, eggs, and milk. And it's just this egg dough, basically. But they were making this was way back in the day when they were on the farm, and that's just how that they would make noodles.
Yeah, so you know what? I think it was her grandmother's recipe that they've been passing it, been doing it every year for a long time. So, I mean, our cousin is probably my age, 60 or whatever. So her grandmother's recipe, I mean, it's an old recipe.
And our grandma Hickok used to, mom's mom used to make these all the time. Like mom remembers her making the dough, cutting them by hand, and then laying the noodles on the radiator, these egg noodles. Yeah. And I think it was this was the kind, you just used white flour because they couldn't get
semolina.
Thank you, flour. It wasn't prevalent in the grocery stores until it was in the 1980s. In the 90s, it was a niche that you could find it like a specialty. Yeah. And then, 2000, 2010, it was more available, and now you can find it anywhere.
Right.
But I made this recipe just by how she told us to do it. And I had to do 2 batches. My first batch, I made it and I rolled it out, and it was very difficult. I was talking to mom. I'm like, how do you roll this dough out? She's like, get it paper thin, Nancy, get it paper thin. Do you know how hard it is to roll out this dough to try to get it paper thin? I don't know if I'm not strong enough. I don't know if there's a trick to it, but I could not get it. I got it as thin as I could. And then I was hand cutting these noodles.
Okay.
And
did you use a pizza cutter or just use a knife?
I did use a pizza cutter, but I didn't like how it was cutting. So then I used a regular knife, and I liked that better. Okay. And then I laid it out to spread it out on my counter in my pantry to let them dry. Okay. And the next morning when I woke up, I found half the noodles on the floor. because our cat Loki had gotten up there and she had gotten into the noodles, which is disgusting. So Tim was like, "I'm not eating those noodles that are left." And I'm like,
I get it. All right, the cat's playing with the noodles. That's nasty. Yeah.
So then I decided I would do it again, and then I would try to run this through instead of hand cutting them because I felt like they were still thick. Then I decided I have a noodle maker that I have an attachment of my KitchenAid, and I decided to run it through my noodle maker and see if that would work. And it did. It totally worked. And my kids actually helped me. And it was really fun that we were making these noodles. And we did not dry these out. We tried to make them and see if they would cook just fresh.
Yeah.
And they did. They were
fresh
delicious.
Noodles are great. Yeah.
It took like 3 minutes to cook them. And according to my daughter, Johanna, she said these were the best noodles ever. And why would we ever buy store-bought noodles again?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I love that.
So she thought that they were delicious. Fun. So that's what worked for me. Okay. Kathy, how did it work for you?
Well, I did not have the same experience, I have to say. I tried it over the weekend, kind of hoping that I would be successful.
Yeah.
And I don't have an attachment. And I was like, I thought about going out and buying one, but then I said, I'll just cut them myself and see how it goes. Well, I think the first thing is I did make the dough. And I agree with you. I think rolling them out is a little bit challenging. And I wish I would have made it thinner, like you said, because I think I made them too thick, the strips, when I cut them. Yeah. I put them on this huge pan, but I didn't flour the pan or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had actually asked Alexa, because I wasn't sure, do I put them in the fridge? Do I cover it? Because that was not in the directions. So I ended up covering it with some plastic wrap.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the problem, because the day after I was like, oh, these are still moist. And I'm like, they're supposed to dry.
Yeah.
And then 3 days later, I look at them closely and they have white specks on them. And I realize that they're growing molds. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not
homemade penicillin.
Not trying to make penicillin. And this is gross. So I had to throw the whole sheet away.
Yeah, it locked in the moisture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did talk to cousin Sarah and then circle back with you girls for your second batch. She said you have to, she puts them on a cotton tablecloth, and then she puts flour on it, and she sort of sprinkles flour on top of the cut noodles as they dry, and that helps them sort of puff out a little bit and dry.
Yeah.
So,
well, mine were really thick too. I mean, they're not a rope. So
I think that what we're learning about this recipe too is you can make them fresh right from the day, or you can let them dry for a day or two, and then you can package them up and you can have them. You can even throw them in your freezer.
I think getting an attachment is also key.
So if anybody, give it a try. If you guys want to make your homemade noodles,
let us know.
And maybe for this weekend for your trick-or-treaters, we had posted a recipe to make the spaghetti with the eyeballs. You could make these homemade noodles and then make your eyeballs from last week.
Yeah, it sounds good.
That's a great idea. I love that. Yeah. I mean, KitchenAid has so many attachments, and I do think if you can have an attachment to your stand mixer, it does make life easier. So happy cooking, everyone.
That's my vote.
Okay, you guys. So make your noodles, make your eyeball noodles for Halloween. Kathy, are you so excited for Halloween and ready for your party?
Well, I was getting super excited about it, but we had a little oops last night, and I heard some shouting coming down from upstairs from my husband, and I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened down there? And we had a water leak. One of our toilets overflowed. And it was so bad, it ran down into our kitchen.
Your toilet overflowed?
I'm not going to say who did that, but it was not a little leak. It was substantial, and it went through our ceiling down below.
So I do feel like you need a tutorial about how to turn off the water in the toilet when that happens. Have we done that review?
We did that review.
Good.
So they're aware of how to do it.
Did they not report that the leak was happening and they thought it was just going to stop?
Well,
or
I think they thought they could handle it and then they couldn't handle it.
Sure.
So do you have a hole in your kitchen now?
Yes, I have a hole and it's like right on a seam where there's like tape. So it's like my ceiling looks like crap and I'm having all these people over. And I
have an idea. I have an idea of how you can hide it because it's Halloween and no, you don't even have to tell anybody that you have a leak. So we just did our decorations at school for our Boo fest that we just did. And I had to make a lot of spiders and a lot of spider webs. So go to like Home Depot or somewhere or Lowe's or your Halloween store and get those big spiders that have the webs and make a web above your ceiling, cover the hole and hang a spider coming down. And nobody's going to ever know that there's a hole there. And it's going to be scary with the spider.
So smart. That's such a good idea. You should totally do that.
Okay, maybe I should just try and camouflage it.
Nobody's going to know.
Nobody will know.
Nobody's going to know. Who cares?
No one needs to know.
And then you can keep it there until, somebody can help you fix it.
Yeah, unfortunately, they can't fix it till next week. So,
as Julia Child would say, who's to know when you've made a mistake? Exactly. Just cover it up. Nobody knows. Cover it up.
All right, I will give it a whirl. We want to remind you, please don't forget to keep moving it, fishes. We only have a week left of October, so do your 20 minutes a day, and please let us know how you're doing. Give us a shout. Email us at 3lfpod@gmail.com. We want to thank you for listening to our podcast and letting us sisters jump into your day. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. You'll have access to all the show notes and all of our podcasts for free. So please share our podcast with your other little fishes so we can grow. We hope you have a wonderful Halloween weekend. Sisters out.